top-notch newscast continues with Storm Team 10's Joe Ostrowski.
Good evening, everybody. It's a little chilly out there right now, 36 degrees and some showers beginning to fall in Terre Haute. We do have a few flurries elsewhere around the Wabash Valley, but for the most part, we're dealing with rain tonight. Temperatures are pretty consistent across the rest of the area. 35 degrees in Paris and Linton, 37 degrees in Robinson and Olney, and 36 degrees in Flora. We're going to continue cooling off over the next few hours. But of course, the big picture here is all this rain. And take a look at this red patch here reaching down to Vincennes over to Robinson. Really dealing with some potentially heavy rains in spots. It's a little lighter further to the north up along the I-70 corridor here. Nevertheless, plenty of rain in store as we move through the evening. And as I mentioned before, we do have some flood warnings in place for some of those counties bordering the Wabash River, particularly again in those low-lying areas and along some of those rural roads. So if you're out in some of those low-lying areas, you want to be careful. Of course, don't drive through any of that high standing water because that could be potentially dangerous. Here is the system that's behind all this rain. You see it here pushing laterally to the east across southern Illinois and southern Indiana. It's going to continue pushing across our area and pushing out of the picture tomorrow. Let's see exactly how that's going to play out. You see it here on the Futurecast forecast. Again, potential for some wintry mix here, as you see in this purple area here. Some snow, some flurries, even potentially some sleet. But most of what we're dealing with overnight is plain old-fashioned rain. You see it moving through here. We cool down tonight into the mid to low 30s. And as we move through the day tomorrow, through the morning, most of that rain pushes well out of the area. We warm up into the mid 40s. We do have a little bit of wind there. And as you see, we begin clearing. Tomorrow evening, we cool down into the mid 20s, getting fairly cold out. And we're going to be dealing with overnight lows in the mid 20s through much of the rest of the week. Tomorrow through the day, clouds stay relatively light. We stay relatively sunny, and we warm back up into the low 40s during the day Tuesday. It's going to be a fairly blustery day, though, as we have west winds from 10 to 20 miles an hour through the course of Tuesday. Those will stick with us. Light cloud cover there on Tuesday, but again, we stay dry through Tuesday, and we're actually going to stay dry through the rest of the week. Not so tonight, though. Tonight, we're dealing with about an 80% chance of rain. Overnight lows around 34 degrees. Tomorrow, the rain sticks around, particularly through the morning hours. We have a 60% chance of showers tomorrow. Those will begin dying off in the afternoon hours. We'll warm up to around 45 degrees. And then tomorrow night, things dry off considerably, and we cool down into the mid-20s, right around 24 degrees there. As we look across the week ahead, not much to write home about, frankly. We have some sunshine, partly cloudy skies through the course of the week, but the temperatures don't really warm up all that much. About as high as we're going to get is 45 degrees tomorrow and on Sunday. But look at some of those overnight lows getting down into the mid to low 20s, really remaining quite cold out.
Well, what a first day for spring. What was that, 34 degrees?
Exactly, and we're considerably below average in terms of temperature. So really could use a little bit of a warm-up one of these days.
Thank you very much, Joe.